Hey guys, I know you love Excel formulas as much as I do, but sometimes it's better just to ditch the formula and go for a more straightforward approach. A real life example coming up. So I found this question on an Excel forum, and it's actually pretty interesting. And what it is somebody has a string of HTML text with data columns inside, and they want to pull out a specific data point, which is the color. This is just showing one record as an example, but there's actually thousands of records. So what I'm going to show you next is a replication of that data set and what the output and the solution was. Here's a replication of the user's information, as well as I've added many more rows, changing the colors and descriptions slightly, just to give the feel of a real life situation. I've also provided the formula that was supplied to the user as a solution and the results. So you can see that the solution is doing what it was supposed to do. And in fact, this formula is very concise. It's actually a great solution if you're going to use a formula. The only recommendation I would have made is that they would use the search function instead of the find function. The search function is not case sensitive, whereas the find function is, so that could cause some problem potentially. However, the big thing about this is that really for the amount of information that the user is getting out of this, it's really over-engineered. All they're getting out of that data set is the color. There's actually a much easier and simpler way to manipulate this data and get a whole lot more out of it, and that's what I'm going to show you next. I'm now going to make a copy of the data set, and then I'm going to delete the columns that I don't need. Instead of using an Excel formula to solve this, I'm going to approach it like a data cleansing exercise. So the first thing I'm going to do is do a find and replace to remove all the HTML tags because I don't want those. You can actually do this in under 20 seconds, but I'm going to go ahead and speed it up for the sake of time. Now what we're going to do is we're going to split the data into columns by using delimiters, which is the colon. So in this case, there's columns with color and with the fit guide. So we're going to use that to split this data initially. Okay, now that that data is split, we can remove some more information from this, specifically the column names, the color, and fit guide. So we're going to use a find and replace on that to not only remove those words, but the spaces that are leading up to them. Okay, now that that's taken care of, what we're going to do is we're going to split this column into several columns using space as the delimiter. Now that that's done, I can delete this extra column and give the columns proper column names. This is where things get interesting. Because I've prepared the data in this way, I'm going to be able to do a lot more with it than I would have if I just approached this with an Excel formula. So I'm creating a table, and then what I'm going to do is insert a pivot table. What this will allow me to do is do some high-level analysis. In this case, I can do the counts with different groups. It looks like I forgot to rename one of the columns, but you'll get the idea. The big takeaway here is while it's really cool to use complicated Excel formulas, a good solution doesn't have to be complicated. If you like this video, make sure you smash that like button and hit subscribe for future updates. Talk to you later.